I tried the hairstyle that you chose for me. What do you think?
Your last haircut was good, but this one is great too. You look so cute. She's done so much for me to make me happy. I could work hard because of her. I would be with her forever. I truly believe that I could be happy with her.
Your fever isn't going down. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's our day off. I'm Ibuki Masuga, 30. I work in sales at an IT company of about 500 employees. I did pretty well at work, and recently, I've been given more responsibilities. Right now, it was rumored that I would be promoted, but I have worked too hard and gotten sick.
You're worried about that? What happened to the usual you?
This is Takami Ariaki, 26, my girlfriend. She works full-time at a cafe. We met at a bar about a year ago and had exchanged contacts. I asked her out.
Normally you'd speak the English you're so good at and laugh it off, right? You have to get better, okay?
I look this way, but I actually speak native level English. It's my second language. My girlfriend never blamed me in times like this. She always saves me. Takami, will you hear me out? One day, I decided to tell Takami.
What's wrong?
Actually, I was thinking about our future. We had come to this fancy restaurant for our 1-year anniversary. I looked at her. Takami, thank you for always smiling and supporting me. The time I spend with you is so fun. I'm always looking forward to the day I get to see you. I think I can be happy with you. Will you marry me? I mustered up all my courage for this once-in-a-lifetime proposal. I took out the ring. It was picture perfect. Or so I thought. Takami stared at me for a little while. She finally opened her mouth.
I'm not going to marry you. So let's break up.
What? I'm sure she'll say yes. I never doubted that for a second, so this was a shock to me. Break up? Why?
Being with you is fun, and I like you, that's true. But do we need to get married? We're happy even without being married.
You're right, but...
Anyway, I don't care what happens, but I won't marry you. If you understand that, we can still go out. But if you don't, we're done. Okay?
My mind went blank. Because of our different views on marriage, we decided to break up. 3 months later, Takami got married? No way. I happened to see on social media that she had gotten married. She was kind, but she was cold when it came to marriage. How charming was this man that flipped her views? Reality was harsh. I felt hopeless. Why? I liked her so much. Takami! A few days later, after a meeting with a client, this was me at an izakaya.
I know, you can't help looking at social media and self-imploding. But 3 months? Isn't that too quick? Mr. Masuga, you don't look well today. Is something the matter? If you want, let's get drinks after this.
I thought I was hiding it, but she saw right through me. This was our first meal together. I never thought a day would come where I would show the side of myself to the beautiful, successful Miss Chihaya. After leaving the izakaya, I was on the verge of blacking out. My brain wasn't working at all.
You're very drunk. I know. Let's play a simple game.
Game?
All you have to do is answer yes to all of my questions.
That's it? I can do that. Bring it on. My brain wasn't functioning. Answering her took all my efforts. But I could say, yes.
Alrighty. Are you a man?
Yes. Have you lived abroad and can you speak English fluently? Yes.
Okay then.
This random game continued on for a while.
Last one. Will you date me on the basis of marriage?
Yes. Wait, what did you say?
She had a phone in her hand that was recording. Why?
What did you just ask me? One more time, please.
I said, will you date me on the basis of marriage? I have it recorded here.
What? Why?
I kept my feelings a secret because I heard you had a girlfriend. But my time has finally come. By the way, the rule is that once you say yes, you can't take it back.
What kind of messed up game is this? I hate to say myself, but I was just trying to marry another woman? This is not okay.
Not okay? What's not okay? Is that a new menu item?
Huh? No! Like I said...
I'm telling you, I'll do anything to make you see me. That I care about you this much. Not okay?
Wait, she might be crazy actually.
That's crazy. That's so mean. What do you want me to do with these feelings? Even if you have feelings for another woman, those feelings will go away and I can't even stand it.
Okay. I won't take it back, so calm down.
Really? Yay! I didn't think you'd say yes. I'm happy as a pig in mud.
What's with the sudden accent?
I have no regrets in my life.
Miss Chihaya? Miss Chihaya? I heard later that she was born in the Kanto region, but she always wanted the Kansai accent. So she was secretly practicing. The fake accent has been coming out every time she panics. There was a lot going on.
I'll try my best to look good on our dates. Please tell me I look cute when I do.
Huh? Oh, of course. Her face was crazed. But this side of her was unexpected. She looked like a girl in love. It was quite different from her boss babe vibe at work. Is she this happy about going out with me? What a strange person. Maybe I was still drunk? I just accepted the situation for what it was. But the next day... Whoa! This is so not right! I was writhing in bed for shame and my hangover. I was just calling out my ex-girlfriend's name not so long ago. Whatever the case, why am I going out with another woman on the basics of marriage? Wait, are there any brave souls that could decline in that situation? There aren't, are there? Dear kind-hearted viewers, please say there aren't. We actually started dating and going out together. The aquarium, the movies, the park, no matter where we went, she looked like she was having fun.
That was so fun! Anywhere is fun with you.
I feel that way too. At first, I was nervous, but as I spent more time with Miss Chihaya, I felt more and more drawn to her. She always smiled so genuinely. The formal speak went away naturally. After 2 months, I asked her out properly. Thank you so much. Ever since the system was implemented, everyone has been saying things have been easier. I'm happy to hear that. Our company worked very hard. It's been 3 months since I started dating Miss Chihaya, aka Yukana. This day I was at a company of 1,200 people to follow up on a new system. This is Mikito Aoya. 31, he was in the project management department and one of my clients. He was level-headed and a little hard to crack, but good at his job and a good person. We thought it would be difficult to create a system that could work with our foreign branches. But you talked to our branch employees directly and created such a brilliant system. The higher-ups told me to thank you on their behalf as well. Thank you. I'll let my coworkers know as well. Recently, we just finished implementing a major system that took about 2 years. Not only did we finish this major project, the response has been good. It was the ultimate joy as a salesman. By the way, Mr. Aoya, that ring...
Yes, I got married a few months ago.
I see. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was finally able to date a woman that I had known beforehand. We dated for only a short time, but she loves me for who I am. She's a good wife. I felt like I could be happy with her and decided to just make it official. Having a family must be very motivating. I have to work hard too.
He was in a good department and on the path to success. I'm sure he's been approached by people with obvious motives. As soon as we started talking about his wife, Mr. Aoya became so talkative. I couldn't help but smile. I'm sure she's happy to be loved by you too. Oh, about the other thing. My broken heart was healed a long time ago. I was genuinely happy for him as we continue our meeting. I bet Mr. Aoya met someone really lovely. Or so I thought. Takami!
Ibuki?
A few days later, I was at a restaurant to get some takeout after work when I ran into Takami and Mr. Aoya. The gears in my head turned with a nasty screech. Is this the woman you just married?
Yes, she is. Do you two know each other?
I had blurted out her first name, and we were man and women. It wasn't strange for him to think there was something fishy going on. No, she's actually my ex. I just can't believe she's your wife.
Yes, but there's nothing between us now. I understand being suspicious, but please believe me, Nikito.
Her desperation made it look like there was really something going on. He looked at us with suspicion. Takami kept going.
It's true, I swear there's nothing between us. He doesn't even make that much money.
Stab.
He's just in sales and he gets cocky so quickly.
Stab, stab.
You're so much more handsome. He doesn't even compare to you. I never thought about marriage. But when you asked me out, that was the first time I wanted to marry someone so...
This is why she started self-imploding. How funny.
So you agreed to date me for my money and social status?
Huh? No!
I had liked her so much, and those are the reasons I lost her.
Did you break up with her for financial reasons?
No. We dated for a year, but she said she wanted to break up because she didn't want to get married. I thought we had different views on marriage, but the problems may have been more situational. She got married 3 months after breaking up with me. If she suddenly decided to change after meeting you...
I see. It seems like money and status were more important to her than the time you spent together or the feelings we had.
Wait, don't say that. I really love you.
This clears things up. You said you loved me, but you only saw what was on the outside. We met at a cafe 6 months ago. You were working at a cafe I went to a lot. You were kind to me even when you didn't know my job. So I thought you liked me for who I am, not my money. How happy would I be? Even though we hadn't dated long, I said yes to your proposal. But you never had any interest in who I really am. You only saw the outside.
No, there's a misunderstanding.
You blurted it out. I don't think I can get back on it. On top of that, you insulted a client of mine who has taken good care of me. Mr. Masuga, I'm terribly sorry for all of this.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry for interrupting.
I'm grateful. Takami, let's go. We're going to talk about this.
trust me.
Takami wailed, but it was too late. Was she looking on the inside or at the outside? A crucial difference in views on marriage was revealed. Takami was taken away.
How could this happen?
Takami was depressed. She fought tooth and nail, but they ended up getting divorced. Mr. Aoya asked for a divorce, but Takami stubbornly refused, so he went back to his family home. Takami wanted to make up with Mr. Aoya no matter what, so she went to his family home and made his family angry.
I'm so sorry.
In the end, word got back to Takami's parents, and Takami had to sign the divorce papers as all the angry parents looked on. After work, Takami was going to buy something to eat.
I've been here with Ibuki before.
In her depression, I would have been kind to her and comforted her. Takami realized my kindness and love. She finally realized what that was worth.
If I had married him, maybe marriage isn't about money or status. I get it now. Ibuki would understand me.
Takami finally had realistic thoughts on marriage. She wanted to take back her answer to my proposal back then. She headed toward the path I took to go home.
I found him. What are you doing?
An unknown woman appeared in front of her with an unnatural smile. Takami stepped back.
What? Who are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Ibuki's girlfriend. You may not know me, but I know you very well. Because every time I saw you, I was so jealous. I have plans with him after this, so I came here and you were here, so I had to say something. I think you and him have no relationship anymore. But you want to talk to him? What do you want? That's none of your business. Ibuki? Did he start dating this mean woman because he was so upset he couldn't marry me? He has no taste. Aren't you the only one that thinks you're his girlfriend? You're just a stalker, aren't you? You're the mean one, aren't you? I don't think there's anyone more loyal than I am. You said no to his proposal and married some other man. Ibuki was extremely hurt because of you. Don't tell me you're trying to cheat with him. No, I never cheat. I divorced him. I'm single now, so there's nothing wrong with me talking to him. Divorce? It's only been 3 months since you got married, hasn't it? I thought it was fate, so you got married quickly. What happened? Ugh, this woman. But out of people's business. It's not like you're married. I'm not trying to get involved with you because I want to. But if you're trying to go near Ibuki, that changes things. Do you know how hurt he was to be dumped by you and to see you marry another man so quickly? Then he needs me more than ever. No. He was finally able to forget you and be happy. But you're trying to open those wounds again? You're justifying it by saying this is for him. But do you even love him? You just want someone to bury the hole left from your divorce. In the end, all you care about is yourself. I could vomit.
It was a bit insane, but Yukana's feelings for me were genuine. Takami wanted to act for herself, even if it may hurt me. I don't think Yukana could stand it.
If you really love him, you know what to do. Never go near him again. If you hurt him again, my hand may slip. What's wrong with you? Takami always put herself first, so she couldn't think about how I would feel if she talked to me now.
Takami would not try to talk to me after this. Yukana could tell from Takami's fearful face. After all that, Takami trying to find someone to get back at Mr. Aoya and me. She found another high-income man and got married.
be a catch. Those two are gonna regret it.
But again, she was blinded by money and got married immediately. She didn't realize how terrible this man was. She was able to get married, but was she happy? Only she would know. Mr. Ioya and I continued to have a good relationship after all this. On our 1-year anniversary of dating, we got married.
Oh, I never thought this day would come. I'm living in high cotton.
Haha, the accent now is so cute. 8 months after that, it was our wedding day. By the way, the reason she started liking me so much, she looks like she's having trouble. What's she doing? I happened to pass by after a meeting and see her in an uncomfortable situation with her boss, and I had saved her. If I had interrupted a situation in another company, I could have lost our contract. Still, I reached out without thinking of the risk to my work or status. She was scared of what would happen if she reported it to her company. So she said I really saved her. The more loyal you are, the harder it is to forget the ones you truly loved. You have to prove with your feelings and actions that you truly only see the person in front of you.
Ibuki, I'm really happy right now.
Me too, Ikana. I will continue to care for Ikana. I took a lot of a detour in my life. But if I do this situation will be the most precious thing in my life. And I can say with my head held high that I'm lucky to have married her.
Are you really sure about this? It's not too late. I can go alone if you want. I just finished picking out a gift. My name is Mitsuki Kiryu. I'm a 26-year-old self-employed guy, about to visit the family home of my fiancée, Tsukiyo Nanase, to ask for her hand in marriage. We just got engaged and are starting to live together.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The reason I asked is because of her family situation. Tsukiyo is 4 years older than me. From what I've heard, her parents doted on her younger sister and treated Tsukiyo coldly. Because of that, she's barely seen them since graduating college.
Asking for permission to marry is something we should do together, right? I need to do things properly too.
Okay, I understand. I'll back you up as much as I can. After that exchange, we arrived at her parents' house. We'd arranged the date to coincide with her younger sister, Haruka, and her boyfriend, Kazuya Sakaki, being there. But
Mom, how's your back been, by the way?
Oh, right. Kazuya, you work at M&I, don't you? So impressive. Just like your distinguished appearance.
Wow, the M&I. That's quite something. My daughter certainly has good taste in men.
it went on like this. No matter what Tsukiyo or I said, her parents ignored us and kept talking to Haruka and Kazuya. They're being really blatant about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Huh, we seem to have been talking only about ourselves. We should hear about you two as well, Mitsuki. As he passed the conversational baton to us, Kazuya shot me a wink with a smug, yet refreshing smile. Thanks, I guess, but man, this is annoying.
Ah, right. So, Mitsuki, which university did you attend?
C University, though I dropped out.
What? So does that mean you only have a high school diploma? Sis, are you serious? Well, I guess education isn't everything, but still. My boyfriend is an elite, you know.
His education doesn't matter. He works hard, and he's precious to me.
Oh, wow, that's lovely. I don't understand it, but...
Well, education isn't everything these days. Mitsuki, what do you do for work? Even as he said that, I didn't miss the fleeting, mocking smile he gave me. I'm self-employed. Well, actually now I'm...
Self-employed. An uneducated young punk running his own business? That's no different from being a freeder.
Dad, wait,
Tsukio, this is your problem. Aren't you ashamed of yourself at your age?
What's that supposed to mean?
Your younger sister Haruka grew up to be such a bright and considerate girl. And she brought home a fine boyfriend, a graduate of a top university working for a top company, putting our minds at ease. But you finally show up after ages and you're still as unsociable as ever. Is work your only redeeming quality? That's why you end up with a good-for-nothing freeloader like this guy, whose background we don't even know.
Wait a minute. Say whatever you want about me, but talking about Tsukio like that isn't right, is it? She's your precious daughter, isn't she? I stared intently at her father. Then, unbelievably, he snorted with laughter, mocking me.
Precious indeed. I hoped she'd catch a good man, but with you as her partner...
What do you mean by that? Apologize to him.
Tsukio, it's okay. It doesn't seem like we can talk any further, so we'll be leaving now. Thank you for having us today.
Huh. Do whatever you want.
In the end, we couldn't even have a proper greeting. We basically just dropped off the gift and the marriage meeting ended on a terribly sour note. Tsukio, I'm sorry. You didn't want to go to a place like that, did you?
I'm the one who said I wanted to go. I'm used to it, and I gave up on them long ago. But hearing them talk about you like that, it's rough.
Saying that, Tsukio bit her lip tightly.
Hey, do you remember when we first met?
Nanase, I wanted to discuss this feature. Tsukio was the team leader at a client company where I was participating as an external member on a product back then. She was competent, but businesslike and blunt. I think she seemed isolated even from an outsider's perspective.
This is certainly convenient, but isn't it just confusing for the average person?
You think so too? I got it. I'll adjust it by 5 p.m., so please take another look then. Nanase, I've finished the adjustments. Please review it again.
Kiryu, no, it's nothing.
She looked at my face, her eyes widening slightly. I didn't miss the faint, somewhat happy smile that followed.
You know my personality, right? I say things bluntly, and my sharp gaze often makes me look scary. On top of that, for better or worse, I could handle anything skillfully, which probably made me seem even creepier. I try hard to at least seem amiable, but I couldn't do it well. That's why my parents doted on my charming sister. By the time I became an adult, I'd come to think of it as normal. It was around that time that I met you, with your sparkling eyes.
Well, your way of speaking is harsh, but I immediately knew you were just a bit awkward with words and fundamentally kind. Besides, well, sorry, you were totally my type, and honestly, I had ulterior motives.
I appreciate your honesty. You saved me. Just being with you makes my world shine. So please, don't get depressed over my insignificant family. You're my sun that brightens me up.
I really can't win against her. Seeing her gentle, moon-like smile, I fell in love with her all over again. I'm home. I'm beat. Later, Tsukio and I finished moving into our new place and officially started living together.
Thanks for working late again today.
Startups like ours run on a skeleton crew, you know? Tsukio, working at a large corporation with its own culture, often gets to leave on time, but I frequently work late into the night. Despite the differences in our work environments and lifestyles, living together was going smoothly. Today is a day off. We came to the park for a little picnic, thinking it would be nice to relax in nature once in a while. I wish moments like these could last forever.
You sound like an old man. But yes, I feel the same way. Hey, Mitsuki. Living together, have you started to think maybe you don't like me after all? I feel like I'm still saying harsh things to you, and it makes me anxious.
Not at all. I know you're considerate of me, Tsukio. It comes through clearly. Conversely, am I causing you any trouble?
No, Mitsuki respects me and shares the housework. Being with Mitsuki makes every day the best. You know, I always thought a happy family was something far removed from me. But living together, I've increasingly felt that maybe, with Mitsuki, I can be happy.
Yeah, me too. With you, Tsukio, who can respect our differences, I think we can definitely be happy. For that to happen, I need to wrap up my current work quickly. And try harder to match my schedule with yours, Tsukio. Meanwhile...
Maybe I rushed into getting engaged to Kazuya. But then again, it's not often you find a guy you can easily manipulate and wrap around your finger.
Haruka was heading home after some shopping.
What's that?
What do you want for dinner?
I'd love your Neapolitan pasta. Haven't had it in a while. I'll make the salad.
Huh? A high-rise apartment? Is he rich? Well then.
A few weeks later, Tsukio and I were back at her parents' house. We had received an invitation from Haruka. I never thought we'd come here again. Honestly, I thought if it happened, it'd be much later, and I'd be alone. I didn't want to bring Tsukio here anymore, but she herself strongly insisted.
I'd always given up. But thinking about it now, unlike when I was a child, it feels like I'm just running away. For our future together, I don't want to keep vaguely running away like this. Today, I'm cutting ties.
Don't push yourself too hard. Cutting ties isn't the only answer, and you have me now.
Yeah, thank you.
Taking a deep breath, we stepped into Tsukio's family home once again.
Mitsuki, here's some tea for you.
Just as I braced myself for whatever they might say, something unexpected happened. A complete change from their previous attitude. Tsukio's family started talking to me in cloyingly sweet voices. Yeah, thanks, but it seems there's no tea for Tsukio?
Oops, silly me. I'm so sorry.
Haruka said this, feigning disappointment with an exaggerated droop of her shoulders. Despite apologizing, she sat right back down, so I silently placed the tea in front of Tsukio.
I won't comment on the lack of tea for me. More importantly, can we get to the point? The reason we came today is...
Right, let's get to the point. The reason I called you two here today is... Mitsuki, break off your engagement with Tsukio and marry Haruka instead.
Huh?
Haruka told me. You live in a high-rise apartment, don't you? I happened to see it and was so surprised. Isn't that where all the rich people live? And then I looked you up and found out you're a company president.
It finally clicked. They realized I had money, and that's why their attitude changed. After going independent, my business took off. A year ago, I incorporated and established MK Education Inc. Now, as a startup, the company is steadily growing. By the way, mistakenly saying I was self-employed the other day was just an old habit kicking in due to nervousness. Now, I'm glad I made that mistake.
Seriously, why didn't you tell me, sis?
Because you guys said horrible things to Mitsuki before I could, didn't you? What was it again? Something like an uneducated young punk running his own business is no different from a part-timer?
Ah, that was my bad. But you can understand the misunderstanding, right? Dropping out of college and not having a steady job. Many people like that are indeed good-for-nothings.
Mitsuki dropped out of college because he started a business while still enrolled and got too busy with it. Besides, a part-timer is someone who works part-time or temporary jobs under an employment contract with a company. A self-employed person is someone who runs their own business without being employed by anyone. Dad, you seem to think they're the same, but a part-timer and a self-employed person are completely different.
Was that so? Wow, Tsukio, you're so knowledgeable. I'm so happy to have such a smart daughter.
Isn't this common knowledge? Making assumptions and looking down on someone without even knowing the difference? I'm utterly embarrassed by your lack of education, Dad. Weren't you an elite graduate from a prestigious university in the West, Dad? You were always bragging about it.
Tsukio, what have you been saying to your parents all this time? Your father just made a little mistake, and you're blabbing on as if it's the shame of a lifetime.
That's right. Everyone makes mistakes. Sis, you're too cold.
Her father nodded along vigorously to their words. And this guy graduated from a prestigious university? I knew the quality of students had dropped recently, but this seems like a different kind of poor quality altogether. Anyway, we seem to have strayed from the topic, so let me bring it back. The main point was that you want me to marry Haruka, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Oh dear, I apologize for this unseemly display. Look, Tsukio might be good at her job, but, well, you see what she's like, right?
That's true. I met Tsukio through business, and even back then, she was an incredibly capable and wonderful person.
Really? But as a company president, you'll have occasions to introduce your wife to important people, right? Tsukio isn't capable of supporting her husband like that. On that note, Haruka excels in that area. We thought that for you, President Mitsuki, the charming and cute Haruka would be more suitable than such a flawed daughter.
They were technically my in-laws-to-be. I intended to maintain minimal courtesy, but... support her husband? You guys really are rotten to the core, aren't you? I couldn't do it. It was too unpleasant. I couldn't hold back my laughter.
What kind of talk is that? Have you no manners?
Manners? I don't want to hear that from people who can't even teach manners to their own daughter. Isn't that why she grew up into such a shameless hussy?
What? You're not talking about me, are you?
Oh, I'm glad you realized. Well, trying to steal your sister's fiancé, that's an idea only a shameless hussy would come up with. If you hadn't realized, you'd be an even more irredeemable fool.
How rude! Saying that to our lovely Haruka? Apologize immediately.
Isn't it strange? You easily insult Tsukio, who is also your daughter. But the moment I say something slightly bad about Haruka, you react like this? If you want an apology, shouldn't you apologize to Tsukio first? Apologize for doting only on the charming and obedient younger sister. And for coldly treating the brilliant older sister who saw through her parents' terribleness early on and cut her losses.
What a rude man! Just like the man my sister chose. There's a limit to having bad taste. We wouldn't want you anyway.
Well now, Haruka, that's a bit...
What is it? Dad, are you saying it's okay for me to marry a man like this?
Well, you know that's true, but...
What's wrong with you? Isn't Haruka important to you?
Pressed by his wife and daughter, the father looked indecisive, sweating nervously. Seeing this, Tsukio, who had observed this family for years, seemed to understand.
And don't tell me you've already spent all your savings on the breakup settlement fee.
Huh? What are you talking about? That can't be true, right, dear?
Well, Kazuya just wouldn't give up. Haruka said she definitely wanted to break up, and I thought if she married Mitsuki, there'd be no problem.
So it's true?
Sorry, but I thought if it was Haruka, Mitsuki would agree right away.
I see. By the way, how much did you pay for the settlement?
Asked by his wife, the father averted his gaze, sweating profusely. He remained silent, but unable to withstand the pressure from his wife and daughter, he mumbled in a small voice.
10 million?
10 million? What's the meaning of this? You don't need that much for a breakup settlement.
That's why I offered the standard amount, but Kazuya wouldn't give up. But I told Mom and Haruka that Dad would take care of it. And then he started talking about calling a lawyer, so I thought, how about 10 million?
So what if you paid that much money? You're already retired and jobless.
That's true, but if Haruka marries Mitsuki, it won't be a problem, right?
Even that got rejected. Right.
Mitsuki, I'll approve your marriage to Tsukiyo. In return, you must support our family financially every month. Is that what you were going to say?
Tsukiyo?
Listen, you seem to be mistaken, but we didn't come here to ask for permission to marry. The reason we came all this way today is to cut ties between me and all of you.
What?
Until now, I said I'd given up, but somewhere deep down, I still hoped that if I achieved success at work, maybe I'd receive love like Haruka did. So I kept running away, but...
Saying that, Tsukiyo glanced at me. Our eyes met, and then she turned her strong gaze toward her family.
That day, the day we came for the marriage greeting, I was truly furious when you insulted Mitsuki, and I was disappointed. To think I have been clinging to people like this. I don't need you people. Not these ugly beggars who insult my precious Mitsuki and then shamelessly try to cozy up.
Ah, she truly has no regrets. There was no hesitation in Tsukiyo's eyes. Worried about her heart, I fell for her all over again, seeing her like this, and let out a soft sigh. Just then...
What? You're just a pitiful girl who couldn't even get the scraps of love meant for me.
Huh? Couldn't even get the scraps. That's wrong. These people are just bundles of narcissism. They doted on you because you were an idiot who listened to them and sided with them, right? Otherwise, they'd love their daughters equally, wouldn't they? Tsukiyo, who is beautiful, smart, and successful, is clearly a better woman than you, and she's their daughter just like you.
That's not...
Anyway, we've gotten sidetracked. I will marry Tsukiyo regardless of your approval or disapproval. When we marry, Tsukiyo becomes part of the Kiryu family. Therefore, I ask that you refrain from any unsolicited interference from now on.
Of course, we won't provide any financial support. It seems that for elites like you, a daughter marrying someone like him isn't important anyway.
The family who were supposed to be in-laws fell completely silent. Leaving them in their despair, we left the house. Afterwards, what happened to the in-laws whose savings had completely vanished? As if their previous closeness was a lie, every day became a storm of insults.
How long are you going to be unemployed? Failing even part-time interviews? There's a limit to incompetence.
What did you say? Then why don't you work and bring in some money?
Fed up with it, Haruka tried to leave home, but was guilt-tripped about repaying their kindness with betrayal and ended up tearfully contributing money to the household. Apologies came to Tsukiyo's phone, but Tsukiyo blocked them completely. There was no way she could trust them now. A year and a half passed. Kazuya, who had received a large settlement, apparently decided to start his own business. But why? Before I knew it, I was drowning in debt. He failed spectacularly and was burdened with debt. The circumstances are different between a large company with an established foundation and a startup building from 0 to 1. It seems he didn't understand that at all. He tried to get back together with Haruka, only to be harshly rejected, told she didn't need any more burdens. Ah, it hurts! Tsukiyo, help me!
What are you doing? Seriously, I didn't know people actually did that. And it's my husband.
Meanwhile, Tsukiyo and I finally got married a year ago. Now, 6 months after the wedding, we're in Rome for our honeymoon. You gotta do this at least once when you come to Rome, right? Okay, where should we go next?
Honestly. Well then, shall we go get some pizza? I'm curious about the difference from Naples. Which of all the cities we visited made the deepest impression on you?
Each one made its own impression. Rome. By all means, Rome. I shall cherish my visit here in memory as long as I live.
And may I ask why?
Because I'm with the person I love right now. I love you, Tsukio. Meeting you has made me the happiest man in the world.
I love you too. This is the last time I'm putting up with this routine. Like in Roman holiday, we can stay together like this forever.
I'm sure there's still so much we don't know about each other. In the long years to come, how many new things will I learn about Tsukio? There might be times when our differences confuse us, but I'm sure we can overcome them together. A reunion might sound like a wonderful thing, but of course, there are reunions you never wished for. Reuniting with a guy who hates my guts and sees me as an enemy is definitely one of those unwanted reunions for me. I'm surprised. I never expected to see you here. It's been since high school graduation, hasn't it? Have you been well? Did you really think you'd have an advantage just because your junior from high school happened to be the interviewer? Ha ha ha. That's right, I came in for a job interview today, looking to advance my career. But to my surprise, a junior from my high school days was sitting there as the interviewer. It's the complete opposite. I'll never forget the grudge I have against you. I'm not hiring you. Serves you right. My name is Rikuto Sakekawa. I'm 28 years old, a systems engineer, looking to take the next step in my career through a new job. I'd be happy to hear all about that some other time, but for now, could we please conduct a fair interview? Like hell I will. Everyone else might have been okay with it, but even back then, I was pissed off about what you did as captain. He was abandoning his role as an interviewer to unleash his intense anger on me over something that happened in our club 10 years ago. He was Guy Okadochi, a year my junior in the high school kendo club. Huh? What's with that defiant look? You want to get suspended from the tournament? When I was a senior in high school and the captain of the kendo club, I was at my wit's end with our advisor, Mr. Fujimura's tyranny. Blaming the club members for embezzling funds was just the beginning. If anyone showed the slightest sign of defiance, he'd put them through brutal hazing he called advanced training. It was a common occurrence. My juniors are suffering, and yet, is there nothing I can do? I was tormented by my frustration and helplessness. One day, after half the freshmen who had joined our club quit,
Sir, please, not that. Shut up. Don't talk back to me. You want to get us disqualified from the tournament? Just shut your mouth and... Gah! Captain!
I had finally punched him. There were many witnesses, so there was no denying it. Naturally, the kendo club was suspended from the tournament, and I was suspended from school. Because of this, Mr. Fujimura's routine misconduct came to light. He was suspended from his job, and the kendo club got a new instructor.
Captain, we're so sorry. Because of us, your last tournament.
It's fine. Luckily, I'm the only senior. When I thought about your futures, I just couldn't forgive that teacher. If you guys don't give up now, I'm sure you can aim for the nationals again next year, so keep fighting. Starting with Ichida, all my juniors understood and supported my actions. That's how much stress Mr. Fujimura had been causing for every single member of the kendo club. That was a scene from my high school days, but it seems this one guy felt differently. I'll never forgive you for making us miss the national tournament. After that, my junior, Guy Okadochi, just continued to hurl insults at me, and my important interview time was over just like that. In the end, I never got a call about the next round. Well, after an interview like that, I would have turned them down anyway. Later, I got a job at a different systems company. There, I steadily built my career. And I was even blessed with a wonderful encounter that would change my life.
Good morning, Chief Sakikawa.
Morning, how's your progress? I'll help in any way I can, so don't hesitate to ask for it.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you as my boss, Chief Sakikawa.
You're exaggerating. If someone's in trouble, I'll help them no matter the cost. That's all there is to it.
You say it so easily, but so few people in this world can actually do that. I'm so jealous of Nico Tozawa being loved by you, Chief Sakikawa.
Several years had passed since then. At the company I'd moved to, I was blessed with wonderful colleagues, both senior and junior. I advanced in my career and was promoted to chief. I was living a fulfilling life. What's more...
Oh, speak of the devil. Here comes Nico. Well then, I'll get out of your way.
Nico Tozawa watched the female employee run off with an amused smile.
Wow, Rikuto. Popular with the ladies as always, I see.
It's not like that. I was just checking if she needed any help.
I know, I'm just kidding. The way you naturally help people with things everyone else finds a pain, that's part of your charm, Rikuto.
This is Nico Tozawa. She's a year younger than me, and we've been dating for several years now. We're not living together yet, but we recently visited each other's parents and are now engaged. Is helping people really such a big deal? I've lived my whole life this way, so I don't really get it.
At this point, you might be an endangered species in Japan, Rikuto.
Endangered?
You're like a rare animal in a way.
So, I'm like an okapi or something?
Exactly. So be extra careful of hunters trying to poach you.
Ooh. And so, thanks in part to Nico's presence in my life, every day was fulfilling, both at work and at home. But, as if by a cruel twist of fate, another unwelcome encounter was about to befall me. Huh? Senior? What are you doing here? Huh? Could it be? Guy? I didn't recognize him at first in his office building cleaner's uniform, but it was him, Guy Okadochi, my junior from the Kendo Club. And the man who had been my nightmare interviewer. So, you work at this company, Senior? Yeah, well, your company decided I wasn't needed. Anyway, what are you doing now, Guy? You're pretty childish yourself, Senior. Snitching to the company about the interview just because you got rejected? That's right. After the interview, I reported the details to his company, explaining how, despite our past connection, he refused to conduct a proper interview and just hurled insults at me. Thanks to you, I was removed from my interviewer duties and got demoted to a dead-end department. I was so frustrated that I started messing with some of the junior employees for fun, and they accused me of harassment. You. Of course they did. Why would you do something so stupid? My harsh tone didn't seem to get through to him at all. Guy just sighed heavily and threw his hands up. In the end, I was fired for misconduct, and I haven't been able to find a decent job since. This is all your fault. None of this would have happened if you hadn't shown up for that interview. Talk about misdirected anger. Putting high school aside, what happened during the interview and everything after was completely his own fault. Have you forgotten the spirit of Koken Chiai? The spirit of Kendo is to learn about your opponent by facing them with sincerity, to understand each other, and to rejoice in mutual growth, isn't it? Shut up. I'm not listening to a single word from a barbarian like you who raised a hand against a teacher. Forgetting he was on the clock, Guy started making a scene. I desperately tried to calm him down, and managed to get him back to work that day without things escalating further. There was no need to tell Nico about such an unfortunate reunion, so I kept to myself. Then, one day...
About the ring design we asked our friend to do, the deadline to decide is coming up soon. What should we do?
Is it that time already? You've been pretty indecisive, but what kind of engagement ring do you want, Nico?
Let's see.
As I was having a casual chat with Nico, who I'd run into in the office hallway, Guy was watching us. He's the reason I'm so miserable, and he's getting engaged? I'll never let him be the only one who gets to be happy. After that, Guy shifted his target from me to Nico. Guy, who came to the office every day for cleaning, started approaching Nico directly, behind my back.
Who are you?
I'm a junior of your fiancée, Rikuto Sakekawa, from high school. I'm telling you for your own good, you should call off the engagement.
Huh? What is this? Why are you suddenly saying...
Did you know he's the kind of guy who got suspended for punching our faculty advisor? Thanks to him, the kendo club was disqualified from the tournament. A captain losing his temper and crushing his junior's dreams? Isn't that just awful?
I don't know about the past, but I trust Rikuto.
I get that it's hard to back out now, but are you sure you're okay being so blind? Huh. You should really reconsider marrying a guy who hits people. He'll probably resort to violence with you too if something happens.
That's enough.
Ah. Behind my back, Guy was desperately trying to make Nico change her mind.
Good morning, Chief Sakekawa.
Morning. From the looks of it, you seem pretty stuck on your current task, don't you?
Huh? How can you tell? I really can't hide anything from you, Chief. Could you take a look at it later?
Of course. I'll make time whenever, so just let me know. Don't worry about the timing. Just like any other day, I greeted my junior employees in the morning and checked on their progress. Just then, Guy approached with a smirk on his face. Morning, senior. Still as popular as ever. I'm so jealous. It must feel great, sitting in a position you got by kicking me down, huh? I've never once kicked you down, Guy. Can you stop with the misdirected resentment? Ha! How can you say that after snitching to my company? You've got some nerve. The employees here found out about our relationship and asked me a bunch of questions, so I made sure to answer them properly. I told them you have a hidden side, that you're the kind of guy who punches a teacher and gets suspended. Guy was deliberately speaking in a loud voice, trying to spread my past around the office. As I was wondering how to handle the situation, another junior, not Guy, showed up.
Morning, Rikuto. Oh, Guy, long time no see.
This was Ichito Okura, a key player in the kendo club who was a year below me. He and Guy were in the same grade. Huh? What are you doing here, Ichita?
Rikuto outsources some systems work to me. That's why I come here for meetings sometimes.
Ichida had the option to go to college on a kendo scholarship, but due to family circumstances, he needed to start earning money quickly and got a job right after high school. After I graduated from college and started working, I always kept an eye out for Ichida. What's that about? How can you be so friendly with a senior who punched our advisor and got us disqualified from the tournament?
So that loud shouting I heard all the way from the reception area was you, Guy. We all talked about that incident in our year, and everyone understood the situation, didn't they? Thanks to him, our team's bond actually grew stronger, and we made it to the Nationals the following year. What's your problem?
Guy seemed to recall that time and bit his lip hard. The next year was too late. I needed to go to the Nationals that year. I made a promise.
A promise? With who?
Come on, please. If you don't have anyone you like, just try dating me. I promise I'll make you happy.
You're so persistent. Fine, take me to the Kendo Nationals this year. If you do, I'll go out with you.
That was the truth about Guy that I never knew, and the reason why he alone had hated me for all this time. Hi. The girl I had a crush on for so long told me she'd go out with me if I made it to the Nationals.
You're still holding a grudge against him for such a personal reason?
Of course I am. He lost his temper, punched the teacher, and ruined my love life. And now he's acting like a good guy with a beautiful fiancée? There's no way I can forgive that.
If she didn't date you even after you went to the Nationals the next year, doesn't that mean she was just playing with you?
What?
Guy, Rikuto isn't short-tempered at all. He punched Mr. Fujimura out of necessity, thinking long-term for our sakes.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know that Mr. Fujimura was embezzling club funds and hazing us behind the scenes, right? The truth is, that's not all. That man...
Ichita, you don't have to say it. I noticed Ichita's voice choked up, and his fists were trembling. I realized what he was about to say, and gently placed a hand on his shoulder to stop him. But...
Rikuto, no. I have to tell him. Please, let me say it. Guy, Mr. Fujimura would find a club member's weakness and threaten them with getting the team disqualified.
Huh?
I was his target. I'm from a single-parent home, and my mom barely worked, just occasionally at a snack bar. So I had no choice but to secretly work a part-time job, which was against school rules. Unfortunately, Mr. Fujimura found out.
Ichita, you had a part-time job?
I have a much younger sister at home. I didn't have a choice. I was ready to drop out of school if it meant the Kendo Club wouldn't be disqualified because of me. But, to my surprise, Mr. Fujimura said he'd let it slide. But... the condition was that I had to introduce him to my mother. It was humiliating, but I had no right to refuse.
What? So what happened to your mother, Ichita?
Mr. Fujimura started showing up at my mom's snack bar almost every night, doing whatever he wanted without paying. The cost of his drinks was deducted from my mom's small salary, making our financial situation even worse.
Yes, that was the truth I happened to stumble upon that day.
Sir, please, just stop this. My mother is at her limit.
Shut up. Don't talk back to me. Do you want to get us disqualified from the tournament? Just shut your mouth and...
You! Do you think you can get away with this? You'll be suspended from the tournament.
Bring it on. I will protect my juniors no matter what. Promise me you'll quit as our advisor. I don't care if I get suspended from school or disqualified from my last tournament. I'll pay any price to keep you from ruining my juniors' future. I get it. I'll quit. Just spare me. Hey, so somebody, help me.
You probably didn't know, Guy, but there were many other members who were being blackmailed by him. But Rikuto sacrificed his own final chance to force that teacher to resign and saved all of us.
I had no idea something like that happened.
I immediately told my mother everything and apologized, but instead, she cried and apologized to me, saying she was sorry for not being a better mother. Since then, she's been working harder than ever. It's all thanks to Rikuto. So Guy, the one you should hate isn't Rikuto. If you're going to hate someone, hate me.
But then, Guy spotted Nico, who had rushed over after hearing the commotion, and his eyes widened. What do you mean he sacrificed himself for his juniors? No matter how you sugarcoat it, the fact remains that he punched a teacher. What do you think about that, his fiancée? Caught off guard, Niku looked bewildered for a moment, but she quickly glared back at Guy.
Raising your hand to someone is not something to be praised. That's a basic principle of being a decent human.
See? I knew it. I'll never accept him either.
Don't lump me in with you. I acknowledge that basic principle, and on top of that, I am proud of Rikuto.
Why?
Back then, did you have a different solution other than the difficult choice Rikuto had to make?
Well, no, but...
Ichika, if Rikuto hadn't driven out that teacher, what would have happened to the kendo club? I think the teacher would have become even more brazen, and there would have been a string of victims suffering even more than I did. If someone hadn't put a stop to it, the abuse would have continued endlessly for the younger generations, creating a vicious cycle. So, Rikuto really did save a lot of people. That's my man. To think I'd get to hear such a precious story about a time before I knew Rikuto. Thank you, Guy.
Seeing Guy fall silent, cornered by Ichita and Nico, Guy, no matter how much everyone else understood, you're right. I know my actions weren't praiseworthy. If what I did caused you to suffer all this time, then I'm sorry.
Rikuto.
Damn it. With that, Guy was grabbed by the scruff of his neck by Ichita and dragged away from the scene. Nico, thank you. I'm sorry for not telling you about that incident from my past.
Why are you apologizing? For you, it was just a normal thing to do to save your juniors, right?
I agonized over it a lot, but looking back, I think there might have been other ways to handle it.
Most people would act like they did a huge favor, or brag about it like a war story. But not you, Rikuto. Well, that's what I love about you, so I don't mind. Now, let's get back to work.
I felt so grateful to Nico once again, blessed with such a wonderful partner who made me feel as if she accepted every part of me. After that, Guy began training under Ichita, who still teaches at a kendo dojo for kids. According to Ichita, he's going to retrain Guy from scratch, as he's completely forgotten the spirit of Koken Chiai. Men, do, kote, men, do, kote, hiya! How much longer are we doing this?
Hey, Guy, louder.
Yeah, Guy, get it together.
I can only hope that through kendo, one of the most disciplined sports in the world, Guy will be able to get back on his feet. Around the same time, I heard a rumor that Mr. Fujimura had been arrested. Apparently, he had blackmailed a female student at the high school where he worked and ultimately assaulted her.
Damn it. If she had just quietly done as she was told, I would have overlooked everything.
Even after what happened over a decade ago, I guess he either never learned his lesson or just conveniently forgets anything that's inconvenient for him. By the time he finishes his sentence, he'll be past retirement age. The only saving grace is that he'll never be able to teach again.
Are we ready? And now it's time for the bride and groom to cut the cake.
At the signal from Ichita, our MC, Nico and I cut the cake with a special knife, fashioned from a bamboo sword. Only the kendo-related guests were amused. The other attendees were just confused and put off.
Next, the bride and groom will visit each table to light the central candle.
This, too, was a modified bamboo sword, with a tip that could be lit. The decorations, the events, everything was kendo-themed, and it was all at Nico's enthusiastic request. Aren't most people, with a few exceptions, just forcing a smile? Nico, are you really okay with a reception like this? I couldn't stand the atmosphere any longer, and whispered to Nico next to me. My face must have been bright red.
I want to get even a little closer to the spirit you forged through kendo, so this isn't nearly enough.
Nico said with a radiant smile, pulling my arm to lead me to the next table. Even when you act for someone else's sake, your feelings might not get through, leading to misunderstandings, and you can end up getting hurt yourself instead of helping. But I never want to turn a blind eye. It might just be my ego, but that's how I feel.
My name's Kazuma Minouchi, 28 years old. Today, my father suddenly called me back home. I'm home, Dad.
Oh, Kazuma, welcome back. I've been waiting for you.
Opening the front door, my dad greeted me in high spirits. I know how my dad is when he's like this. Huh? An arranged marriage? As soon as I entered the living room, that's what I was proposed. I knew he was plotting something.
That's right. It's the daughter of my company's president. She's 25 years old, and apparently, she has no experience with men because she went to an all-girls school. They are worried about her future, so they consulted me. That's why I introduced you. So, get yourself ready.
No way. I'm not doing an arranged marriage. I'm busy with work now. Don't try that on me today.
Please, Kazuma. She's the president's daughter. Please meet her for my sake.
This is my dad's usual tactic. I can't win against him when he's like this. Fine, I get it. But just one meeting. Don't expect anything more than that.
Kazuma!
The arranged marriage is about a month away. Well, I'll just meet her, and if it doesn't work out, I'll refuse. Work is important to me, and I'm not thinking about marriage yet. That won't change just because I'm going on an arranged marriage. Maybe I should tidy myself up a bit. But I also have to keep my dad happy. I sighed as I looked at my overgrown hair in the bathroom mirror. And then, on the day of the arranged marriage a month later, I came to the hair salon I had booked. Welcome! Thank you for Wait, you're Kazuma? Oh, Ryuki? It's been a while. Good to see you're doing well. It was my high school classmate, Ryuki Kurogane. I had a bad feeling when I saw the reservation list. I was hoping it was just someone with the same name. Looking at his expression, nostalgic memories resurfaced. It was the day when the results of the final test of our third year of high school were posted in the hallway. For some reason, Ryuki started picking on me shortly after we entered high school, and he had been hostile towards me for all 3 years. No! I lost! Why? I was so confident in this test! Oh well, don't worry about it. You were close this time. Hope you'll win next time. There is no next time! Damn it! Listen, Kazuma, in these 3 years, I've only beaten you once. But just you wait. I'm going to become someone big in the future, and I'll definitely show you up. I will! I'm not going to lose to a gloomy and poor guy like you anymore. I was indeed gloomy and my family wasn't as wealthy as Ryuki's. Maybe that's why he looked down on me. But back then, I didn't care about such things. I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm not going to lose to you anymore though. While I was lost in nostalgia, Ryuki, who had been waiting for me the whole time, finally spoke up. Hey, what are you spacing out for? Tch, this isn't a place for poor people. What are you grumbling about? Please take care of me today. You're still an annoying guy. I sat in the chair, and Ryuki put a cutting cape on me. There was no roughness in the way he handled me. As expected, he has a professional consciousness. So, why did you come to get your hair cut, when you've let it get so terribly messy? Oh, actually, I have an arranged marriage soon. An arranged marriage? You? A guy like you? I feel sorry for the girl who has to go on an arranged marriage with a dork like you. Then, Ryuki started rambling on about things I didn't even ask about. Unlike you, I'm super popular. Recently, a girl picked up the wallet I dropped, and she was super beautiful. The moment she made eye contact with me, her face turned red and she ran away. But she was definitely head over heels for me. Of course, so was I. I listened to Ryuki's pointless stories for a while, but time is limited. Ah, good for you. More importantly, can you cut my hair soon? More importantly? You're a dork no matter what haircut you get. You'll be a dork forever. Isn't it your job to make me not look like a dork? Well, if you can't, it can't be helped. I know his personality well. If I provoke him like this... Huh? Don't underestimate me. Of course I can do it. I'll make you a handsome guy that everyone will turn their heads for. Watch. This is Dookie style. Meteor Golden Special Hurricane Cut. Ah! Meteor what? That's right. He's always had zero tolerance for being provoked. The more I provoke him, the more he tries to produce results. As a result... Whoa, amazing. I didn't think you were this skilled. The hair Ryuki cut and styled for me looked like it belonged to a model. Now that I've given you such amazing hair, I won't forgive you if you dress like a dork. You still have time before the arranged marriage, right? The suit is this, and the tie is this color. You're still in your high school group, right? I'll send you the URL in a friend request, so buy clothes at that store. And so, I paid, thanked him with a smile, and left the store. This suit feels so unfamiliar. After buying the suit and tie Ryuki told me to, I was waiting for my date at the reserved restaurant. There are 5 minutes left until the scheduled time, but there is still a chance that she won't come. Yes, please come in.
Excuse me?
Yes, hello. When I saw the woman who appeared, I couldn't help but gasp. I never thought she would be so beautiful. Nice to meet you. My name is Kazuma Minouchi.
I'm Kaede Izumi.
I'm sorry. I was just so captivated by how much more beautiful you were in person than in the photo.
No, it's thank you. You also, Mr. Minouchi, you're so much more wonderful than in your picture. Your suit and tie are also very fitting. Your hairstyle looks great too.
Thank you. I'm embarrassed to say that I'm not good at these things. My friend did my hairstyle and clothes today.
Oh, I see. You have a wonderful friend.
And so, we gradually started talking. She didn't seem as uncomfortable around men as I had heard.
This is the first time I've been able to talk to a man this calmly.
Is that so? You're talking very naturally.
Really? I've been in an all-girls school for so long that I hardly ever get the chance to interact with men. Whenever I'm in front of a man, I get nervous and can't talk, but... If I'm talking well now, it must be because of you, Mr. Minouchi. I wonder why. Maybe it's because of your kind smile.
Kaede said, blushing shyly. Her smile made me... Huh? I felt like something pierced through my heart. I was confused by the feeling I had never felt in my life. I thought I was fine without romance or marriage for now. Kaede, if it's okay with you, would you like to go on a date sometime? Before I knew it, those words had come out of my mouth. My intuition was telling me she was the one.
Me? With me a date?
It's not just anyone. It's you, Kaede, that I want to go on a date with. Of course, I won't force you.
I also would like to see you again, Mr. Minouchi.
Thank you. And so, our interaction began.
Mizuchi, how about this one?
And a few days after the arranged marriage, it was our first date today. It looks cute on you. Actually, you're so cute that everything looks good on you.
Cute? Thank you. You look handsome today too, Mr. Minouchi. I really like this series, and a new book is coming out soon. Would you like to read it with me, Mr. Minouchi?
Yeah, thank you. Kaede is very honest and her emotions show on her face right away. I truly felt that was cute. And today was our second date. After that day, I invited Kaede on another date, and she happily agreed.
Thank you taking me to such a nice restaurant.
I'm glad you like it, Kaede.
Huh? Yes? What is it?
Kaede, would you go out with me?
What?
I like your smile, and I was drawn to your way of facing your weaknesses and trying to overcome them. That's why, please go out with me with the intention of marriage.
Yes! Yes! I'm looking forward to it.
After that, I went on many dates with Izumi-san, or rather, with Kaede. In a year into our relationship, I proposed to Kaede. Now, she's at my house to prepare for our wedding. Kaede, your bangs have grown.
That's right. I'd like to get them cut soon, but I can't seem to find a good hair salon.
Is that so? Then I know a good hair salon. How about there?
Is it perhaps at your friend's place, Mr. Mountnouchi? I'd love to go.
A few days later, I brought Kaede to the hair salon. Hey, why are you here again? Wait, huh? You! Ryuki looked visibly pale when he saw Kaede, and I tilted my head. Kaede, do you know Ryuki?
No, I don't think I've ever met him.
By the way, Kaede is still uncomfortable around man. Now, that's a good thing. So, your name is Kaede? What a lovely name! But that's not the point. We had a fateful encounter, didn't we? You picked up my wallet near the fated crab station.
Huh? Maybe?
You remember? Yes, I am your fated man from that time. But, why are you with this guy? Kaede's my fiancé. I'm sorry, but give up. Huh? Could it be that the arranged marriage you were talking about was... Kaede? Don't be with this gloomy dork.
Don't say things about Mr. Minauchi.
Kaede, you've been tricked by this gloomy dork. Please wake up. Ryuki was gradually losing himself. If this goes on, Kaede might get hurt. You're my fated one. I'm also your fated one. I'm sorry. I have someone I've decided on. Why are you holding my hand? Let go of me, you gloomy dork. You're the one who grabbed me, remember? I immediately shielded Kaede behind my back and ended up being courted by Ryuki. What a disaster today.
I'm sorry, hairdresser. I love Mr. Minauchi. I'm going to marry him.
Kaede, who was calmed by my intervention, boldly told Ryuki, I've always been thinking of you, Kaede, and now you're taken by him. Stop crying, Ryuki. Let go of me already. You still have work, right? If you don't want to let go, I'll just take you with me. I said, and I dragged Ryuki away. Ryuki must have been very shocked because he followed me without any resistance. After that, when I consulted another hairdresser to get Kaede's haircut, it turned out that Ryuki was the only one available at this time. Kaede also wouldn't be able to get her haircut for a while if we missed today, so I reluctantly asked Ryuki. Well, Ryuki's a hard worker when it comes to work, so he won't do anything weird. While I was thinking about that and waiting for Kaede... Huh?
Hey, that guy.
Thinking I can't hear them, the women were talking while glancing at me. I unintentionally looked towards them and locked eyes with them. The two women looked startled and came towards me.
Are you by chance Mr. Kazuma?
Huh?
We're actually big fans of the series. We even went to your signing event a few years ago. Back then you had long hair and we couldn't see your expression, but we thought maybe it was you.
Yes, as they said, I'm the author of this book, a novelist, so to speak. Today's the release date of the new book, and it seems that they had already bought it. Hold on just a minute! Ryuki came rushing over here. You were supposed to be cutting Kaede's hair. What happened to work? Kaede's in the middle of shampooing, so I left it to someone else. More importantly, Mr. Author, Did you write that book? No way!
Hey, stop it! Don't say such rude things to Mr. Kazuma. That's right. Don't be jealous just because you can't win against the great author.
Great. I'm not such a great person.
Aw, Mr. Kazuma is such a humble person. That's wonderful.
The women employees continued to talk about me, not noticing Ryuki, who was in despair. Then, Ryuki slumped down as if his soul had left his body. Damn it! I've been losing to you since way back. Does that mean all my efforts have been wasted? It sounds like you're saying I'm winning as a novelist and you're losing as a hairdresser? They're not something to compare. Besides, I have to tell him this. That's what I thought, and I looked straight at Ryuki. Don't say that, Ryuki. You are the one who taught me that effort isn't wasted. My family has always been poor, and I thought I had to be the best at everything to be recognized by those around me. That's why I worked harder than anyone in middle school, both in studies and sports.
Mizuchi is #1 in the grade again. Talented people are just different.
Your athletic ability is amazing! Share your talent with me! People around me certainly recognized me as #1, but all my efforts were just called talent. No one acknowledged my efforts. That's why, since I became a high school student, I changed. Kazuma Minauchi! How dare you steal the #1 spot that I have been holding on to! After the first test of our first year, Ryuki from another class had come to my class to tell me that. Just you watch! I'll work many times harder than you and definitely take back the #1 spot! Oh, try it! Is it the same even in high school? I was starting to give up, but he motivated me to keep trying again. You were the first one to recognize my efforts. I was so happy that it made me want to try again so that I wouldn't lose to you. I only lost to you once in the test results, but I remember that I was even happy about that loss. Because Ryuki showed me that effort doesn't betray you, and that it's not wasted. I was influenced by you, and I started working hard again. It's because I didn't give up that I was able to publish my novel. So, Ryuki, you've always been saying that you won't lose to me, but in my mind, you were someone I was chasing after. Huh? And the supporting character in this series is based on you. Huh? I'm a supporting character? Then the main character is... That's me, obviously. What? Are you kidding me? Don't make me an underling for a dork like you! Ryuki went back to his usual self. By the way, it was a joke that I was the model for the main character. While Ryuki and I were arguing like that, there was a cheerful laugh from behind. It was Kaede, who had finished her shampooing.
You two really get along well.
Kaede? No, it's not that we get along! And that's right, we're best friends, right, Ryuki? What? Who is friends with you? Don't be ridiculous! You must be dreaming! And so, our noisy day came to an end. A year has passed since then. Today is my wedding day with Kaede. At this wedding venue, I could have had everything done from makeup to hair, but I had my hair done by someone else I chose. Right now, that person is styling my hair. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Top Stylist? I'm told to keep my eyes closed, so I have no idea what I look like right now. So I asked the person styling my hair. Shut up and keep quiet. Just leave it to the top stylist, Ryuki Kurogane. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not worried though. I can't let your dorkiness ruin Kaede's special day. That's right, I directly asked Ryuki to style my hair.
You seem to have verbally abused a customer again? And this time it was Mr. Minucci again. I don't know if you are his classmate or what, but... No matter the circumstances, looking down on others and calling them gloomy and poor is unacceptable for a human being. You are never like this, so why do you keep running your mouth like that only when it's Mr. Minucci?
It seems that Ryuki was severely scolded by the store manager after causing a scene in the store. As a result, he had to do only cleaning work for a month. But after that, he worked even harder than before. I'm definitely not going to lose to Kazuma! As a result, he's now the top stylist at that store. I got a call from his contact information I had added before, and he told me with pride. He's now recognized by the store manager and is in charge of the second store, and is apparently living a busy life. He's now a popular hairdresser who is featured in magazines for stylists. Okay, it's done. I made you the most handsome in the world for Kaede's sake! Oh, thank you. I'm glad I asked you, Ryuki. Go now. If you make Kaede cry, I swear I won't forgive you. Yeah, I promise I won't make her cry. And you too. Find a good person soon. That's none of your business. Jeez. I thought I saw tears in Ryuki's eyes, but I pretended not to see them and left the waiting room. Kaede, you're so beautiful. I'm so glad I met you, Kaede.
Thank you, Kazuma. You're very handsome too.
Effort does not always lead to results. That is why anyone can feel that it is useless. But there is no such thing as useless effort. Even if it doesn't lead to results, the experience of making an effort will definitely be useful somewhere.